via Facebook streaming, YouTube streaming, and also via Skype. Each one of you is welcome to this live streaming from our studios in Trinidad. Sutras of Vigyan Bhairav Tantra. This world is an institution to learn how to love. 1st April is the beginning of Indian New Year. It is also known as Ugadi, U-G-A-D-I. It comes from the two words. Yug means era. Adi means beginning. Beginning of a new era. Life is the beginning of new era. It is, each moment is woven into the other. And if we learn that each moment is a new beginning, we are always afresh. During this celebration, two things are distributed after prayers. One is neem, which is bitter. It has hundreds of nutritional values and health benefits. Second is jaggery, which is sweet. It is symbolic that neem and jaggery is offered is shared as prasad, as it is the word used in Hindu terminology. Life is a combination of bitter and sweet. Neem is bitter, but it has many medicinal properties. Combination of neem and turmeric is a greatest colon cleanser. So these qualities are there in neem, that is why it is considered as a medicinal plant. So bitterness, the moments of distress, all these are the moments which have a great value. So life is a combination of bitter and sweet. This is what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Sitoshna Samadukha, one who is equipoised in the two moments. Heat and cold is used as two words to explain the diversified aspects of life. Heat and cold, pain and pleasure, all these are. So it is a beginning of spring, beginning of each day is a new beginning, each hour is a new beginning, each moment is a new beginning. If you understand this and live by this, it is a constant reminder that life is a beginning, each moment is a new beginning, and we continue to live life like that. That is why we celebrate. The Indian New Year becomes important because it is the spring season, the season of Giti, not the New Year according to the Western calendar when there is snow all around. So this is a new beginning. Let us look into life as moment to moment new beginning and live it like that in equipoise, equanimity under all circumstances and situations. This world is an institution where you come to learn about love. You come to learn what love is. Anything that you learn, you study in the university, in your education system, does not help you in life, except does not really help you because it does not give you the answers to the simple questions that life asks on a day-to-day basis. If you have not learned the secrets of love, then you have not learned anything. What do I understand? What is my meaning? What is my understanding of love is? Love happens. Love is an energy, unseen but realized truth that happens at 3 planes. The first is the level of the body. The next is the level of emotions, and third is the level of the being. So you have to understand the first is the level of the body. At this you interact through sex or lust, calm. That is the lowest form of love. It is the desire, it is the need for the body. It is the union of 2 bodies, union at the physical level. But this is the grossest. The union of matter to matter. There is nothing that is magnanimous can happen through this union. Nothing great can happen through this union. That is why Tantra focuses, uses it as a beginning and takes you to the highest form of love. This is the first aspect. This is the level or the plane of the body, of the matter. The second that we can call love is the union of 2 hearts, emotional level. You have 5 sense organs through which you experience the outer world, and mind is the 6th sense that processes whatever information reaches through the eyes, through the nostril, through the ears, through the skin, touch, and through taste. It assimilates. So it is the union at the level of emotions. This is a little higher. The waves of emotions, waves of thoughts, if the waves, your thoughts match with the thoughts of the other, if your expressions, if your feelings go hand in hand, then the 2 people will come together. If the 2 hearts begin to pulsate together in oneness, bodies can be 2, but 1 mind, 1 heart. This is love as well, but it is deeper than the first level, the level of the body, sharir ka tal. This is the bhavana ka tal, the level of the feelings, thoughts, emotions. This is higher than the first one. The third is the level of the being. I do not call it love, it is a prayer. It is the union of 2 beings. When the body or the matter unites with matter, or the communion is at the level of the body, it is lust or sex. When there is a union of mind to mind, or man se man ka milan, that is love. When union of the two beings. They are encaged into two matter envelopments. Then it becomes prayer. At the level of body, there is the both use one another. Both use one another. It is said there is always a weakness in man. So women takes advantage of that you can do this only if you, and each one of you will have an experience. We use the other as a means. The two bodies are means, and each one of us uses the other as a means. The man is a means for a woman for fulfillment of the desires at the level of body. Woman is the means for man to satisfy his urges. So both remain simply the means for one another. At the level of love, you become the means for the other. At the level of sex, at the level of the body, both use one another as a means. Husband is using wife, wife is using husband as a means. The son is using father, father is using the son as a means. If it is in your benefit, you love it. It becomes like love has become a bribe. It is a way of exploitation. At the level of the mind, at the level of feeling, at the level of emotions, you become the means. One whom you love, for that person you become the means, and that person becomes the end. This is the second plane. The emotional plane. The third is the level of the being, where there is nothing like means. Distances vanish. Distance remains between end and means. At the level of being, no one is end, no one is means. The distance has vanished. Certainly the two become one. It is something like this. Let me explain to you with an example. Take the two lamps, the clay lamps filled with oils, close to one another. Two lamps, two diya, clay lamps filled with oil and a wick and lit. Put them close to one another. This is the first level of the body. Sharir ka tal, or at this level, sex becomes the only way of communion. If you mix the oil of the two clay pots together, it is the second layer of or level of emotions. When the two flames, the individual flames which come from the individual clay pot merge into one another, it becomes a prayer. No matter how close you put the two clay pots together, but the distance will always remain there. Even if you put adjacent to one another, close, hugging one another, still there will remain a distance. There will not be any unification. You would have seen the flame of the two lamps remain separate from one another. No matter how close, as close as possible you put them together, touching one another. But the flames never touch one another. Have you not observed? And if you are not learning, this is the institution of life where you learn something which cannot be taught in the universities. There you simply learn a methodology how to learn. But the education begins. You have gathered the tools. Now you are using those tools while traversing through the life's roads to learn, that we call experience. If you put two diyas, clay pots, into one room, there is no clatter, there is no sound. Nothing happens there. If you take the oil of the two lamps and put them together, the oils of the two lamps put together, there may be a slight sound. But when the two flames merge into one another, no one will know. The lamps will be the two, but their flames will be one. It is like this. During the festival of light, Diwali, we light diyas, we light candles. So what we do, we take an unlit candle, bring it in close proximity, its wick, in the close proximity of the lit one, and then something jumps from the lit candle and lights the unlit lamp. And in that moment, when the two are in close proximity, one is lit, the other is not lit, and suddenly something jumps and the two becomes lit, the two flames have merged into one another. There is one flame. But the two flames that have merged into one another come from different sources. Have you not observed in life this? Have you not observed while lighting the lamps or diyas during the Diwali festival? This is the part of, that is why I said this world is an institution where you come to learn only one thing, how to be loving. The two flames dissolve into one another. Nobody knows. The lamps, the matter, the physical aspect will be separate from one another. Two candles, one may be, each one of them may be of a different color, but the flame is one color. Their light becomes one. And that is why an awakened one, Janak means the creator, one who creates. But in the Hindu scripture Ramayana, it is, he is the father of Sita, He says that I am close to the body, but I have never become body. Because when he is saying I, he is referring to the being. Being is very close to the body, but it has never become body. The oil in the pot is touching the oil, the clay pot, which is matter, but it has not become matter. Oil remains oil and matter remains matter. There remains a distance between the two. This is what happens in awakening. You are in the body, but body is not touching you. You are not touching the body. When I say body touching, means all that is related with the body, all that comes from the body consciousness does not affect you in any way. That is why it is called Mataswarupe Niranjane. Niranjan means me without, one on whom no other color can be painted on. Niranjan. Ranjan comes from the word Anjan. Anjan is the eyelash, the one that is used in the eyes. Nothing else can be coated on it. Then he says, I am near the mind, emotions, because I have this matter, the body have 5 sense organs and 6 is the mind. I am very close to it, but I am not. I am standing snuggled to the mind, yet still I have never become the mind. I am snuggled to the body, but I have never become the body, guided by the body consciousness. I am snuggled to the mind through the sense organs, but I am not the mind. Many actions happen through this instrument, but I have never become the action. We entered into the enjoyment, bhog, but I have never become the one who becomes the bhokta, the one who enjoys this. I am eating food, but I have never become the consumer. It is very simple. It is like the mirror. You can stand up in front of the mirror, it immediately reflects you, makes your image. But there is no film on the mirror. You stand up in front of the mirror, mirror images you, but there is no film that saves the image. You moved away, the image vanished. It comes like a shadow. Mirror forms your image as a shadow. This is the difference between the mirror and the film that is in the camera, the system of the camera. In camera, whether it is whatever kind of camera you have, it has a plate on which your image is formed. It is pasted on it, but even if you disappear, it remains there. If you save it, it remains. But it remains there until you give the instructions to it to save or delete. But nothing like this happens on the mirror. Isn't it so? You stand up in front of the mirror, it forms your image like a shadow. The moment you vanish, you disappear, the image disappears. But it does not happen in the camera. The film of the camera records it and it waits for your instructions to save it or not From this, what does it infer? The mirror acts like a witness. Isn't it so? Witnesses everything, but does not save anything. It is doing everything, but it does not witness. It does not save anything. A wise is like a mirror that reflects everything, but does not save anything in its memory. And an ignorant one is like a camera film plate. Whatever is seen, it is recorded. Someone has abused you 20 years ago or has taken advantage of you. That film remains on your screen. And that goes on continuing in your mind. You can repeat it. It can surface anytime. You will feel the pain of it again and again. Maybe somebody would have respected you last year. That moment still you remember and you have not forgotten it. So all these form the part of the memory that remains recorded in your film. If there has been some scratches, they are all recorded. So the awakened one says that when I see this form on which nothing can be engraved, nothing can be posted, nothing can be painted, I cannot believe. I have always remained untouched by pain and pleasure, happiness and sorrow, good and bad. Wealth remained, poverty remained, childhood remained, youth came, old age. No matter innumerable conditions of life I have passed through. Sometimes I was an animal, then was a bird, now in the process of evolution has become a man. Sometimes I was inanimate, the stone. So many things I have gone through, so many stages, yet still nothing has left an impression on my mind. I am not connected by it. This body is composed of 5 basic elements: the earth, the water, the fire, the ether, the space. This is my form. The game of these 5 different elements is continuing along. My body is affected by these 5 basic elements, and it is the aggregate of these 5 elements, but they are outside me. They are separate from me. They have not entered in me and they cannot enter in me. Me means the being. My form is such, like you add water from the 2 cups, they merge into one another. If you merge the oil and water, they never merge, they remain separate. If you add water to a bowl full of oil, so they will be close to one another. The boundaries of the 2, the oil and water, will be touching one another. but the oil will appear to be like a film on top of the water, yet still they will remain separate. Such is the nature of awakening, Chaitanya and matter. They look close. The body, the mind looks very close to the being in an awakened one, yet still they remain separate from one another. Matassurupe Niranjani. Where is the body? Where are the sense organs? I am standing behind the eyes, but I am not the eyes. I am that energy that gives the power of vision to the eyes, but I am not the eyes. Eyes are simply a window through which you are looking into the outer world. I am not the ears. This is what in Nirvana Suktam Sat Shatkam, the sutras of awakening, Adi Shankar says, Mano Buddhi Hankar Chittani Naham. First he says, I am neither the mind, nor intellect, nor ego sense, nor the storehouse of the memory. This I had explained. What is ego sense? Ego sense is identity. And then he says, I am not the air, I am not this, I am not that. That he continues about the sense organs. These are all the windows through which, through the ears you hear. But unless that power, that energy comes from within, that is beyond the ears, beyond the capability of the eyes, it is like the camera. Once it is charged, it takes the image, it records it, saves it, and makes it available for you for the next occasion, whenever you need it. But the camera is useless without the energy that comes from its charging battery or the electricity. So too, the eyes, the ears, the nostril, these are all the windows. Somebody is standing near the ears listening. Somebody is standing near the eyes and watching. When I touch you, my hand is touching, the feeling is reaching me, but I am not touching. The being is using this as an instrument. Being is using the skin as an instrument. So the instrument and the energy of the camera, the fully charged camera, is the one that activates the mechanism of the camera to take the image. Look at your eyes, you are alive. Your eyes are alive, it is capable of seeing. And you look at the dead body, its eyes are also looking at you. But it is not seeing. Because that force, that charge is not there anymore. That who was standing and charging the camera is no more working. That cord that connects you to the source of the electricity and brings the charge from outside to the camera and charge the batteries, inside the battery in the camera is disconnected. That's why he is lying there useless. He cannot see although his eyes are open, because that which was behind activating that charge is no more there. This real energy, this energy that activates your system is Niranjan. Nothing can be boasted by it. Now where do the mind exist? Where is the sense organs? Where is the vacuum? You experience everything. Camera records everything. It is simply an instrument to record the images, but it is not the image. You experience everything. You activate through the sense organs. I am not in anything. Someone asked Buddha, after the enlightenment, what had happened? Are you a man or a woman? Man and woman are the two aspects. Choice, either you are a man, for whatever reasons, as I mentioned, you have a physical level, and you have an emotional level, and the level of the being. At the physical level, you are a man. At the physical level, because of the physical structure, you are a woman. So your choice, choose man or a woman. Now, Buddha said, the awakened one is beyond the choice. Neither man nor woman. This does not mean the physical level is not a woman or a man. At the physical level, he remains a man because of the genital organs and the inner mechanisms. But at the level of feelings, there is a union happens. He is neither male nor female. That choice have vanished. All these things vanish. If you have selected that you are young, and then you grow old, but your feelings, there are people who are young and they carry the old shoulders on, old understanding or thinking at their shoulders. The age is of the matter, but not of the inner. Inner you remains the same as you as a child. You are a man. So that is what is called the innocence. That innocence which is your quality, it can be in you as a child, as an young, as an old. The experience remains the same. When you drink a cup of tea, whether you was young or old, the experience remains the same, but expression differs. It's not that what you was experiencing in youth and in old age are two different things. All changes happen at the level of the body. You were a child, you became youth, then you became old, the body changes, but inside there is formlessness. There is eternal. That which is never born never dies. Outside you think you are a man or a woman, but have you peeped deep within and ask, who are you? That is why Shankar says, Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham. I am that eternal form, unborn and manifest. That is Chidananda Rupa. Shivoham Shivoham. I am Shiva, eternal, unmanifest and born. The difference is at the level of the body, male or female. The consciousness, the awakening can never be male or female. There can be no symptoms of masculinity or femininity in awakening. Isn't it so? Awakening or the witness is just witness, neither male nor female. So Buddha says, I am awakening, I am the witness, neither male nor female. At the level of the body, शरीर के तल पर मैं पुरुष हो सकता हूँ. At the level of the body, I can be a male and I am. But at the level of emotions, I am neither male nor female. There is a union of Shiva and Shakti, the male and female, the anima and animus, the left side of the brain and the right side of the brain. You are a man, and yet still you are acting through the left side of your brain, which is masculine or scientific or analytical, and the right side of the mind acts totally different. One of the contemporary of Buddha was Jain, Mahavir. According to them, it says that a woman cannot attain to salvation until one woman changes the form and becomes a man. Awakening has nothing to do with male or female. Awakening is simply a stage when you are neither male nor female. The physical form is immaterial as far as inner awakening is concerned. As far as witnessing consciousness is concerned, you are neither male nor female. When nothing remains on your niranjan, कोई अंजन तुम्हारी आँख पर नहीं रहता है. You are not prejudiced to look into the masculine way or the feminine way or analytical way or the other way. Where you have recognized the innerness, neither black nor white nor old nor young, neither Hindu nor Muslim. They conflict. Without any conflict, only then you are religious. Being a Hindu, being a Muslim, you are not religious. You are Hindu and Muslim, you are religious only when you go beyond the duality. Neither male nor female, nor old or young, nor black or white, nor male or female. All the scriptures are part of the mind, or the part of the intellect, because they are words, they are forms. Words is a form. When you enter from form to formless, only then for the first time you are religious. In me there is no scripture. If you are, some believe in Bible, the others believe in Quran, next one believes in Puranas, Vedas. All these are games of the mind. If a child who is born in a Hindu family and is brought up into the Muslim family, or makes choice consciously when We are the, as far as the religion is concerned, there is no choice of a man. You are born in a particular family, in a particular setup, that becomes your religion. But it does not happen. There is no choice for a person. You cannot get the driver's permit until you attain a certain age. You do not have a voting right until you attain to a certain age when you can discriminate. But when it comes to religion, the so-called organized religions, they are decided by birth, not by choice. As far as the word goes, the form goes. As far as form goes, the mind goes. And religion is beyond the form, beyond the words. It is a state of formlessness. From the unknown and unknowable, from the formless you was born, and then the formless assumed the form. So your real nature is formless, not form. As long as there is word, as long as there is form, there is a layer. And you are not Niranjan. You are engrossed into the words. Be it Puranas, be it Veda, be it Quran, be it Bible, be it anything else. Life is beyond the known, the formless. Only this much for this morning. Until tomorrow, when we begin another journey, take care and do have a pleasant day.